Todes fleißig fährt, chronisch klar, grausam kühl, Fahrschriebgaben, hin verfaulen Gaben, Freude bricht fort, Verträge brechen, 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 Verträge brechen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm still waiting on the location to join us. So, yeah, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. So, I'm just waiting to see what's happening on their end. I give them some time, but I don't know what's going on. I'm still waiting to hear back. Uh, trying to find out. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Janice, I worked today, so I didn't take the day off. Um, so I just been I worked, went and did a couple errands, had dinner, and opened gifts, and then now I'm just chilling. No, I totally get that, Carl. Yeah, I didn't really. I had this planned um, for a while now, so I don't know if it's technical difficulty. I'm just waiting for them to come on. So I don't know. I got some cash. I got some winter gear because I'm going. Hold on one second. I had to take this. Sorry, we got to do this going live, but let me just pause my camera real quick. You. I'm gonna. But we're just not telling anybody what it is. Okay. So I have Lisa on the line, but yeah, I guess they're having technical difficulties on the site. So Spirit. Yeah. So hold on a sec. And a lot of the stuff that they claim happened here did not happen here. Oh, okay. So if you can give us like 10 minutes, because we just had a very stressful channeling session that has everybody a little like, whoa. It's okay. Like we need a moment. All right. Okay, so I'll try it again to connect because it's saying enter name and it won't let me touch anything. Okay. People's phones have been shutting off. Batteries are dying all over the place. Right. Oh, there's a doll, like, like Howdy Doody doll, that went flying through the air on its own. Really? Nobody was near it. Wow. Nobody got it on camera because nobody knew that Marion had put it up on the shelf and it didn't fall down. It went Superman up. Right. That's crazy. Very, very strange activity here. All females except for one. Okay. Marion asked them to make the girls scream, and we weren't even with that group, and we heard them scream, and they don't even know why they screamed. They said they can't even explain why. Right. So we're going to take a moment. Everybody's out here to get some freezing fresh air because it's a lot better than what was going on in there. And then we're going to try again to enter our name. So, yeah, we're having one of those moments. Right. We're going to need a moment. Okay. And don't make fun of my hat, Josh. Can you see me now? No. Well, I mean, I can see you. Nobody else can see you. Unless what I can do actually I can do a screen share. We could do this another way. Okay, can you with this but, 9 of us, and yeah. we're all a little shook right now. No, that's fine. Being honest. I can't even explain. Like,
do you want me to? I can do a screen. I can bring you on. I'll have to open up Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
I can share. How can we do that?
They have a Wi-Fi password for here that she's already given us, so that we can get it up. We're just going to need. That did not sound right. I'm so sorry.
I can call you.
Sorry, Mr. Pierce.
I can call you from my computer, and and I could do a screen
but
share.
Know how you bring people onto your live? It was probably going to have to be done that way, but it just won't let me enter my name.
Oh, you guys are on Wi-Fi. Yeah, you have to be on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we haven't signed on to the Wi-Fi yet because every time we try to, the phone shuts off on its own.
I mean, if you guys
still on, but it's off.
I mean, if you guys can get onto, I can do this another way.
Can you use your voice and just tell Mr. Pierce to be a little nicer?
Mr. Pierce, you have to be nice to the ladies. I have another way we can do this. Okay. If you guys can't get on, I have a backup plan.
Okay, so is there a particular room in the house that you want us to go live from?
You can go wherever you want.
Okay, because the only room I haven't been in yet is the basement.
Okay.
But that's the room that they throw rocks.
Okay. Wherever you want to go. Yeah. You know, the basement might not be good for the stream because of Wi-Fi.
We could do the ladies' parlor or the Mr. Pierce's parlor.
Let's do Mr. Pierce's parlor.
Yeah, we'll throw some respect his way.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, so give us a few minutes. Just everyone wants to get a drink and just. Some people already left the house. I'm making everybody go in twos now. Because it's a little crazy.
Okay, no problem.
Somebody just drove by and went boogly woogly. Like, dude, grow up. I'll give you some boogly woogly.
Yeah, I can do something here. I can do some ghost box sessions or something while we're waiting for that. And
awesome. Yeah. And make sure when you ask the ghost box, ask them for the password that we told them to give you.
Okay.
Because nobody's bringing up that word, but we've all decided on that word because that way there's no way you could know what it is.
Okay. Sounds good.
We're good like that. All okay. Right. See you in a bit.
Okay. Bye. All right, guys. So they're having. I don't know if you guys heard that. I cut off the call. I should just let the whole call on, but yeah, they're having some technical difficulties. Anytime that they try to connect to the Wi-Fi, it won't let them. So yeah, typical. You know, I have the same issues as you guys know on Saturday. Sometimes, you know, nothing ever changes, but sometimes just things happen. So, I have a backup plan. If they can't get on to join the stream via webcam, I have a backup plan. I'll just have to load up Facebook and share. I'll have to load up Messenger and we can do a video chat. So you have to see two of me. So let me back that. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Doing live streams, you never know what's going to happen, especially when we're trying to do a remote location. You never know what's going to happen. So let me do this. I'm going to boot something up. I got an idea. Just bear with me for a second. Oh my gosh. Josh, I think Josh is, I don't know. I think he's working actually. He might be working. All right, I'm gonna go dark for a couple of minutes. I got to do a couple of things on the back end, so I'm gonna play music. We're just gonna take like a break, and I'm gonna play some music for you guys. I'll find something to play. Hold on one second. Let me see. I'm trying to find. Oh, I'll do this one. All right, I'm gonna go dark and I'm gonna play music for a minute. It's gonna take me a couple of minutes to set some things up. And sorry for the interruptions. Doing these live streams sometimes it's just, especially like I said, with them being on a remote location and them having a lot of activity, it's just causing some technical difficulties. So I'll be right back. Here's some pie. Oh, come on. All right, guys. So I think Lisa's on. Lisa, can you hear us? She has a really bad Wi-Fi connection. Lisa, are you there? I think they're having connection issues still. I'm going to have to call her. Hold on. Oh, she beat me to the punch. What's
okay, I got as far as I could, and then it just wouldn't let me go any further.
up? Yeah, it's a very poor connection.
And I'm worried about the Wi-Fi box.
Yeah, I mean, it was showing that you guys had a very poor connection. I could do this another way. I was trying to get that done.
Okay, just tell me what you want me to do or how to do it.
I just got sick. I had to. I don't want to. I didn't want to say that on camera, but
I got sick earlier today, but I thought it was nerves.
I had to run to the bathroom. And when I was trying to install the software, so yeah. So I literally just ran back. I don't want to say anything.
Some ginger ale or something salty to nibble on?
No, I'm okay. Messenger. Hold on, guys. I'm still trying to get this done. I thought it was going to work.
Rob, nobody anticipated the technical difficulties that we've all been having tonight, so. I know, Marion said it's the house. You want to say the house? Hi, Rob.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Technical difficulties all night here.
I know, I heard.
It's here, always.
Shoot, I'm not going to be able to run that.
Yeah, the doll flew off. Yeah.
All right, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do it from... I'm going to do this. I'm going to call you back from my phone or from my computer, and we'll do it that way. Let me call you back.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys, I got it figured out. I'm going to do this. And let me share my screen.
Hi.
All right, hold on one sec. I'm gonna share my screen. Can you rotate your phone?
Mm-hmm. One in the back?
No, your phone. It's because
No.
you're long ways.
This way?
Yes. Perfect. All right. Hold on one sec.
Yep.
We can do it this way.
Can you tell them to keep it down on it because I can't hear over this?
All right. So guys, now we got it.
Okay.
So we're good.
So this is the kitchen of the S.K. Pierce Mansion.
What is that? I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead and talk.
So this is the kitchen. And we're at the S.K. Pierce Mansion in Gardner, Massachusetts, better known as Chair City. And this is the lovely lady Marion, who's our guide for tonight, or she's explaining things and telling us what really happened, what really didn't happen. She's now my new bestie, especially after the flying doll.
Yeah, that's previous.
Marion, what do you want them to, is there anything specific about the kitchen?
That it was renovated. This is the room that was mostly renovated. Most of the whole thing. But the only room in the house.
Okay.
Yep, the tin ceilings, the island.
But there's been no really activity in here.
Oh, activity wise?
Nothing.
Not really, no.
But that's good. I'm just saying that's good on my part.
It's a safe room.
It's a stateroom, exactly. Okay. Okay, but they need to pipe down.
Well, they're going to the third floor. I'm sure they're gonna play down. They're gonna be 3 floors up.
You'll go watch our language because, Facebook doesn't exactly like me right now. Been there before this week. Okay, so this is, oh, I did it right. So this is sort of like camp space 1. Earlier tonight in this window here, I saw a face, and at first I thought, oh, could be my clothing. And then somebody else did it too. And as I get close, you want to look in the left window because that's where I had seen the face. I don't know if you can still see her. It's a woman. Okay. There's some much. This is Mr. Pierce himself. I can get a shot there. That's a picture of him. This is the spirit that I actually saw in the window, but I didn't notice this photograph before. Chandelier. That's the best I can. Wow. China. Can you see the face? Okay, so that's the woman that I saw in there earlier. So maybe about a half an hour ago, we're standing here and a doll comes flying through over here, like flying up, not down, up. Somebody was walking in this hallway. They hadn't even made the threshold yet. Now let me show you where she had put the doll.
It's at least 5 feet away.
The doll was up here. So there really should be no way that it would fly up. Now, this doll was the doll that flew. Now, when we first came in, I saw the doll and I'm like, dudes, I don't like this doll. I get a very creepy vibe from it. When we all went upstairs, then to do like a walkthrough, check out each room, came back down, the doll was, how would you say, what position was he in, Marion? Like face planted, like a little,
Yeah.
he face planted on the chair. So then we asked the doll who we wanted to pick him up to sit him upright. Marion won, yay. And I wish I could say I was making this up. I'm not. When a child breathes when they're sleeping, you know how there's gentle mannerisms that happen? The doll's reflecting that in the face, and also we could see his back move. Now, somebody took a video of it. You can actually see the hand move. Stella and I are not on good terms today.
Maybe.
It's kind of creepy, actually. I'll just let you know that.
Went upstairs.
So then there's a portal. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you stand here and relax, it actually spins you like you're doing like the 3 a.m. Oh, I just got out of a bar. Yeah, like a toy flash, like a whoosh noise happens. Now, all of us use the bathroom and this light was not on. But Spirit told me once that light is on, everybody's ready to go. We didn't know that Marion was going to turn on the light, but as soon as we turned on the light, that's when we all started checking out the rooms, and that's when the activity picked up. By the time we hit the staircase, there's the grandfather's clock, and you know the chains that you have to pull to wind it up? Those were moving, and there wasn't anybody up there. Now, Mr. Pierce, Mr. Sylvester, Milton, because that's what he wanted me to call him. We have to ask for his permission to go in here, or he made me ask permission. But there's a hallway that you don't normally see. And when I walked through, there was a shadow at the top of the staircase that peeked around the corner. Now, one of the team that we've assembled for tonight walked by and caught it out of the corner of her eye. She's like, you saw that? I'm like, oh, I saw that. Now, there's 2 pianos, oddly enough, and I don't play either one of them, so we're grateful for that. I said, Mr. Pierce, are you playing the piano? And he said, yes, but this one wasn't playing. Somebody had touched the other piano out there. Like, this place, this is like Candyland, Halloween, Christmas, birthday, all wrapped up into one. We've never felt this kind. I know I haven't felt this kind of energy at any one location other than the Lizzie Borden, but not to this extent. This room doesn't give off a negative energy. It's old school businessman, very rich, very wealthy. Everything's going to be based on respect. You don't have a choice. That's how he wants it. Then we came out here, and everybody knows that his hand had moved. Went in here. They said that the spirits were going to move this chair tonight. Yeah, somebody was in here when it moved. I didn't catch it though. Again.
But we did see the door.
That's the second.
That's the second wife that's 30 years younger than Mr. Pierce. Lucky man, lucky man. They also said that they've moved the beads on this. We haven't gotten that far tonight. We've done a couple of channeling sessions. Cindy from Mostly Ghostly and I were doing them. And generally I have very cold hands, but my hands were on fire, so were hers. So anytime it was a no answer, they'd cool our hands down. Not a lot, but just enough that we could feel it. None of the vibrations that I'm getting on the floor have anything to do with the furnace. It is the most awkward, energized location, but it's absolutely beautiful. So at the same time, you go, okay, and then you totally understand why the Freemasons had all their meetings here, but I think it goes a little deeper than that. And anybody that would have suspicions or would raise suspicions about the Freemasons, this place justifies it. If anybody has an opportunity to book an investigation here, I totally recommend it because this is where the crazy stuff starts. As if the flying doll wasn't bad enough. So these are the chimes that move, but it's not related to any vibrations on the floor. It just. Right. And it's not, and it hasn't gone off or anything, so I don't think anybody's pulled the strings. So, who moved the ball? Okay, so the ball was on the rug over here and nothing was happening. I moved it to this exact location on the floor. When we were walking, two of us just happened to glance over at it and caught it in a half spin. Interesting, right? Okay, Spirit, don't let me down now, baby. The door will close itself. Slam. I say close. Let's, you know. But I haven't been able to debunk it because I pushed it out and then it's almost like it doesn't want to show itself to me because like, oh, I might let the secret out. But this door is known for slamming. Some people don't like this hallway.
No.
I hate language because it's like a strange, weird vibration. Now, the last channeling session I did with Cindy Lou, my wrists are fine. I'm not injured, but there's a woman that committed suicide in the bathroom, whether she had assistance or not. She put her scars on my wrist. There's no explanation for it. That's not how my wrists look, and I would know because they're my wrists. But it's like every bathroom has like a suicide in it. Where's the light switch for this one? Oh. This is one of the, this is like the children's room.
No.
The young girl, the little girl that had issues. Listen, you know you're rich when your drawers that are built in are heated.
Oh, well, that's because the heat's right there. Though.
But the furnace heats it up. I wouldn't complain. That's still a nice thing.
Right.
Okay, this is the room I get really weird vibes about.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit this threshold,
There's something in there.
there's something bad happened in this hallway right here. It's like a walk-through closet.
Yeah.
You don't want to come back in. I respect that. I respect that. This is the younger son's room. So the little boy that they said who drowned in the basement did not drown in the basement. He drowned at a lake down the road and they brought him back here. Right. And Mr. Pierce's parlor is also where they waked all the bodies. This is room number 3. So we keep getting weird numbers references, Cindy and I, particularly 3, 7, 9, whatnot. We didn't know the reason why because he won't come in this room. That's the servants' stairs. This is the room that the girl that, yep. This is the room, the bathroom, which is supposed to be for that room. That I saw a woman in here and she's the one that committed suicide. So whether or not she was assisted or not, I can't get it clear from her, but we did cross her over. And this is where the really creepy stuff started to happen, like really creepy, like beyond creepy. This hallway, it's got a crazy vibration. Like you go through a fun house, you know, the floors that are just tilted and stuff. This whole house is actually tilted like this in this hallway. Not any of the rooms. There's like certain locations. There's some. Yep. There you go. So everybody that comes down this hallway has the feeling of nausea, somebody putting pressure on them. And Marion said that when she got here, there was an old velvet cloth to keep the heat in. It was put there, but she got rid of it. She said it was green. I was shown a red velvet one, a green velvet one, a purple velvet one. So they must have changed it out frequently. But it's a little weird having bathroom and bathroom. It doesn't really make any sense. And then they claim this chair that if you sit in, you'll die. Sorry, guys. Not true. Don't get me wrong. Some creepy stuff has happened in here, but not that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a lot of weird stuff happening here. Just make sure I shut the lights as I go. So They have a dumb waiter. And I guess there's some issues with this door. It will slam. Now, yeah, I don't see, like, obviously it's boarded up, but it's not a big space. Like, even the door hinges are kind of ornate. But look, like, see, I got the door here and nothing's happening. Not like the door that's at the bottom of the staircase that came up that we saw move on its own. So how does it? There's just no rhyme or reason to any of this. Where's Mrs. Pierce's room? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Look at the wallpaper, looks pink.
That's this
Look at
one.
the wallpaper, looks pink, but then it's dark red.
I know, it's like it's a hot pink. Dude, it's so a hot pink. So Mr. and Mrs. Pierce had separate bedrooms.
No, this is, yeah.
Yeah, this is her room. So it's, oh, Rob, it's the best. It's got velvet. Like, you just have to do this. Like, if you're not really seeing a house, you go, oh yeah, that's some fancy wallpaper. I mean, yeah, but like, I love a good Victorian. Like, and every house that's this old is going to have some spirits in it. Now, granted, there was a bunch of deaths. Like, nobody brings up Rachel, which was Mr. Pierce's younger daughter, who passed. And what was the other boy's name? Filbert or something. Wait, that pup was that there before? Huh. This baby powder that was not there before. It's powder. That wasn't there before. Oh, look, and there's powder on the thing too. That wasn't there before. Listen, I love this room. That's why how I know it wasn't there before, because I memorized this room every little bit because I love this room. Chandelier's moving. It's swaying just enough. Susan Pierce, did you put the marks on the bed? Yeah. So Mrs. Pierce was only allowed to go to her husband's room when she was called. As caveman. Okay, now who moved the ball? Yeah, we're having like really creepy issues. Okay, so at one point they used to allow a tipping table in. Now they won't allow a tipping table, a Ouija board, nothing. So this safe isn't one that has a lock on it. It's one of those old, and it belonged to the second wife. Apparently they found a key, a skeleton key, attached to the back of this. And there's not a lot of space, so like it had to be secretive or whatever, but I also got that there was another key. This is fascinating. This door weighs like 3 tons. So this bottom one, got open, but this one here, they can't open it at all. Yeah, and they don't want to mess with it because it loses its antiquity. But I mean, check this out, Rob. And it works. And it works. So then, is this Mr. Pearson's? Just want to make sure I am where I am. Hi. Okay. Yeah, so no swearing, ladies. So this is the fireplace. And I definitely get that some important document was burned here that would have think old school espionage, like it would have named names and there's a lot of weird stuff. We know for a fact that there was a girl here because she was curled up in the corner crying. And this is his bed. Where's the light for this room? It won't go on? Mr. Pierce. Mr. Pierce. In Mrs. Pierce's room, there's a baby powder print on the headboard. That wasn't there before.
And Mrs. Pearson?
Yes, I touched it myself and it's got powder residue. So this is the room. Did you say a punishment house? Yes, there was, but as a matter of fact, that's what I was about to lead to.
Yeah.
I called it the punishment room because that's what I was told. So, excuse me. So he just asked, was there a punishment room?
I think it's upstairs.
Well, no, that we're not in there close yet. It's the tower. That's upstairs, right? Upstairs. Wait. I'm trying to see if that door will move now. You pick. No, what did you get about the punishment room? There is a punishment room. Ladies. So this staircase here, two of us had our knee, just one knee, the right knee, as a matter of fact, buckled. Okay, so this is room number 7. So we kept getting the number 7. It's a serving quarters. Nothing really fancy, very nice, but nothing fancy. And then I hear a music box, but I didn't tell anybody I heard the music box because nobody else reacted like they had heard it. I could go on the other side. Yes. We were doing a channel in the other room. And the majority of the ladies were in here and they said they heard a music box. Now, people make offerings to the children of candy. This is the last channeling session we did, which was really weird. Because they all heard baby. We keep hearing a baby. There's no baby in here. But the baby was colicky. But that's at least what they thought it was. In actuality, there's some sort of acid reflux thing. Which is, why are they telling me you're doing that? Because all I saw was a ball moving, like, yo, what did I miss? So we had the flashing kitty cat balls, asked some questions. I kept getting Banshee and Bruja. Huh? Right, but I didn't know that because I've never used the word. I know what a Banshee is. Cindy kept saying it's like a World War I or World War II. It's a big airplane. I got the same thing. Somebody Googled it and there was a plane. Right, but it was a fighter jet and guess what the plane's name was? Banshee. Now we've heard a baby do some baby talk here, and I've also heard the girl cry, the little baby. I can't remember the child's name. But when Cindy and I were channeling in the other room, it kept bringing up a gold embossed book with a gold ribbon. I'd say that describes that to a T. And it's the Brothers Grimm fairy tale book. But they don't want the book by the doll at the piano downstairs to be in the same room with this book. So I asked, what was the history of this book? It was donated by some second family Wiccans in Salem. So from what Cindy and I got from Spirit was that this book and the other book together can open and control some of the portals. Now, they're funneling the energy from one portal to another because the one downstairs where you count the fifth banister is getting bigger. It's almost like chutes and ladders. But every one of us has had or seen or heard, or everybody's picking up something. It's like the most active Marion said she's seen in a while. So I think the only thing we're missing is the lion roar. And we can do without that one. Yeah, none of us want that.
Slamming door was good.
But there's no music box in here, but I didn't even share it with anybody when they brought it up. I like, whoa. Shadowless moving.
Yeah.
So there's a cistern in here. This is absolutely crazy. So this is a cistern. So they would empty it, and as it drained into the basement, it would heat the rooms. Can you see that? Okay, that's Mr. Pierce's handwriting talking about a wedding. Now, I do psychometry, which, you know, is the reading of objects. So I kept getting Rockefellers and Vanderbilts. Cindy she's a Vanderbilt. She got a wedding too. So we know it had to be more than just one big family wedding. Like it was like more of a business meeting. But why would you write it here? Like, what was the reason that he only wrote it here? And I can't even make it out. Because it's like, yeah, and it's like, it's worse than like a cheat sheet somebody would use in high school. Not that I did, so I heard. But that's his writing. Allegedly. But there's also the letter A here, so I don't understand. I don't know. It's so strange.
There's an E.
Yeah.
Back then they had the feather. That's an E. So why would he write that there? We only found it 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you know, stand out like Sharpie marker, like,
No,
like you said, it's
different
ink, right?
With the feather and you write it.
The old Ben Franklin.
Something, yeah. Get that off of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to be on camera. See, we're all on the same page.
This is for water, not for electricity. This is.
No, I said water would travel down through
Oh, I
it.
thought she said
Emptied it.
electricity.
I'm trying. I got big fingers and it's freezing. Well, not in here. Okay.
Can you read it?
I can just make out the name at the bottom, but I can't.
Edward Pierce.
Yeah.
And you
But,
can read the date, 1902.
but what was so important about 1902, Marion?
It's a wedding.
But why would you write it in here?
I don't know. I know that they used to write on walls and stuff and, you know, like when I was a teenager, I put my girlfriend's phone number on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
That's what, you know.
The Wizard of Oz is written on wallpaper,
There we go.
just so you know.
It's also written on acid, but that's beside the point.
Listen, back then it was just for like, you know, energizing people, lifting their energy strength. Can you make any of it out? Okay, start again.
So it looks like either Ann Pierce or Mr. Pierce, something Ann Brooks. That was.
And it's an awkward
Will-
position too.
Will get married within any 6 years from June. I think this is a prediction. will get married within 6 years from June 1902. When did they get married?
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's something I have to look in the book.
I know, I should probably have my new glasses on. I wasn't willing to
No,
chance
this
it.
doesn't.
It's crazy, it's weird.
Yeah.
But to write it in here, I mean, is it found on any of the other doors?
No.
Nowhere, right?
Nothing.
It says hotel,
Who discovered it?
Rodney.
hotel
He was
Boston,
cleaning inside the
Mass.
sister and painting and they saw her
Signed
doing sanding. We're like,
M.W. Rice, W.P. Brooks.
Are there three male names?
S.P. or S.W.P. something?
S.K. Pierce.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I think this was an agreement and they put it in writing.
Contract or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
actually.
exactly.
that's a simple place for a contract.
Yeah, but nobody else would be able to see it or tell except for the
Right,
three guys that
right.
agreed, like, and they bought and traded women quite often and we find out. Okay, so are you getting anything with this hallway, Rob, at all? Cindy and I both hit on blood trail that starts over here and then just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. Ladies, I'm coming in. I'm bringing my friend Rob. Okay, he's not going to do any harm. Lucky number 8. I know I'm going to mess up their names again. Susan and Sarah shared this room, and Susan basically took care of Sarah. Would you say it's a miscarriage? Because I've got it was, well, somebody helped her. So she's very sad, which any woman would be, any family member would be. But Susan takes care of her, but this chair always feels like somebody's sitting in it, like the heat changes. And yes. Okay, so this is room number 8. We're about to go to room number 9. So let me explain something. So the Freemasons were here. And that key that was hidden goes to this room number 9. This is 8. We're going to 9. And in room number 9, the closet, there's just way too many women were raped. They closed the door, and nobody got to go in, and you'd hear screams and whatnot. This is what we got by going upstairs to the attic. Nope, not me. So every one of us that have gone in this room, everybody centers on the same thing, the closet. I know, I gotta take a deep breath because this room's a lot. Why don't we sit down in that? I will until somebody touches me, because in this room, I'll be the first one out. Okay. We want to close the door so there's no. Yeah, Marion's closing the door. So basically, the men would meet in here. The billiards rooms, the man cave. So Freemason, his special guests and so forth. So whatever happened here, kind of like Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. However, the ladies that were raped in here and abused, and there was like an auction for them. It did really, yeah, they have no value. And one of them was like, I came out with 16, Cindy came out with like 14 years old. They would go from here and go to the punishment room. Because if you said anything, you were heard, anybody heard you, they would just make it worse. Didn't you say, Marion, somebody had because I didn't get the delivery part. I only got the women that were raped, but somebody,
Someone, a psychic got that she delivered, an African-American woman delivered baby in there.
and then was put back to work.
ASAP, yeah. But all the same.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Marion said probably a little less because it's been very, very active and, okay, because we don't want anybody being alone, so that's why we're doing the buddy system. I heard great. That door's moving. I heard choked her. Perfume.
Getting no surgery. You go. One. Every spec. Get. Out. No.
Did you hear growling?
Get.
So I heard rock earlier and a woman screaming for help. Don't pass out, growling.
Yeah.
So who's in the room? A man's in that room. Pierce?
Did it just say shut the door?
It said get out of here.
Yeah, that's the second.
I heard shut the door.
All right, we're going to end the
And I
session.
thought the door was going to slam and we got to get out of here.
We'll stop the session.
The door is moving. The
All
door
right,
is moving.
We just stopped the session. It just said get out. And that's the second time you guys heard that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's not even from the same room because then we heard that from Mr. Biscuit. Yeah. Ladies, we're leaving the room now, okay? We'll let you men do your meetings here. Your house, your rules.
Yep.
It's just a different energy when you're out here, Rob, like. That is the one room that every one of us went into and was like, whoa. Yes, room number 9. Cindy kept getting the number 9 when we were in the butler's room, which is over here. So what does the butler do? He's Mr. Pierce's right-hand man, the man that knows too much. We sensed an argument, a heated argument over a woman. I say a girl, but they're calling her a woman. I believe it had some sort of family connection to the butler. And there was, well, I'll throw another gold piece into your pay. So that was how they were going to take care of it. So the woman that the tub that I said I had the suicide marks on my wrists, she had a ring, but it's not a wedding band. It's more like ownership, a declaration of property, like who she belonged to. Not by choice. Yeah, this, like when you first come in, it's a lovely place. It is. It's gorgeous. Impeccable taste in furniture, architect, you name it. But when you enter that room, it's like the room of no return. And once you go in there, even no matter what they do to you, because you don't have a choice, you complain, you're loud, you cry, you scream, you make a big deal of it, you get sent to the punishment room. They've already been exposed, but that's the argument that Cindy and I, when we channeled in here, got. That is a major heated argument to like a next level, like dude, secret society stuff, like really weird.
Yeah.
Now, one of the women that's part of our group may have upset Mr. Pierce. I wasn't in the room, so I don't know what she said, but there might have been like a challenge of authority or how you treat women. And that's at the same time that we were in Mr. Pierce's master bedroom that we got on the EVP get out. Right.
Yeah.
So Mary and I were in the kitchen and we knew that the rest of the ladies were upstairs. And Marion said, oh, why don't you make one of the ladies scream? Oh, wait. Master bedroom, sorry, the master bedroom. So no big deal. We're in here and we had the ladies scream. And I mean, he made her scream, like we could hear it on an entirely different level. No, what's that? Marion calls it the rape room. The punishment room is at literally like a widow's peak. It's at the tippity top where my photo captured the light being on when there was no electricity at that time on that floor. And you have to climb up a lot of like spiral stairs. But when you reach to the top stair, everybody's equilibrium is off. Some are nauseous, some got a migraine, some had the feeling that they're going to fall. But every one of us felt like you could put your hand up to the glass because it overlooks everything. But it's kind of like, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. So they could see people coming and going, but they were told if you draw anybody's attention, will make it worse. If you're heard, the punishment will continue. They were not given food, they were given water. So basically, they don't want any of their fancy schmancy guests getting the heads up like, oh, it's like everybody brought a woman here, and I'm going to say a good 80% didn't make it out. Now, I haven't gone in the basement, but I knew that there were bones in the basement. Marion confirmed that it was a pelvic bone. Yeah, we don't want to get chased from there. Mm-mm. Hey, Mary.
Which door?
Butler's room. Williams, I don't know. I think we're just closing doors as we leave rooms.
Yeah.
Master Williams?
Cold in here.
Oh, Nikes. Rob, I'm telling you, this house is heated. It's nice and warm. This room is like ice. Can you see my breath? There is absolutely no reason. Cindy and I were sitting on the floor and our hands were burning up. There's absolutely no reason for this. And this is where we did the channeling, which is also another portal. We were told 7 portals, 4 in the house, 3 outside. But they're constantly changing which portal they use. So say if they don't use it enough, they shrink the portal. If they're using one major highway portal at the time, then they'll expand it. Now, do you remember me telling you about the giant footprint that was on the stairs? Okay, that leads up to the punishment room.
I'm a creature. That's my footprint. My foot.
She used her foot to compare the size. Remember I told you it's like a size 22, but it's not a shoe. It's the foot itself. She's the one that took the picture.
And my foot's next to it.
Right, let's take on the punishment room. I'm going up there. My mama raised me not to quit. She also raised me with teachers all the time. What? You have any about today? They've got a meter, but I hear that music box. It's a brass prong inside a glass box with a handle, but you can take the handle off. But there's no music box from there. Yeah, you crank it. Yep. Okay. So now I'm show. This is where it was.
Where it was. Oop. My foot's here. And it was.
And there was dust, there was construction going on, so really nobody be walking around with bare feet,
Oh,
let alone. Yeah, but you can see it, like, it looked like the Jolly Green Giant had just stood there.
Mm-hmm. It was daylight. I was cleaning that room.
Is there a light? For up there? No light? Well, because
That doesn't work.
Okay. All right. You don't have to come up, Marion, just stay there.
Bother me.
That's, yeah, it's not the torture room, it's actually the punishment room is what they told me. Whoop, whoa, here it goes. Whoa.
Almost fell.
Yeah.
I'll catch you.
Thanks, Marion. We're besties now. So it's not a big space. Now, I told you when I took the picture, there was a red light on. There's no red lights. Now, ladies, it's okay. Can you make the chandelier move? Thank you. I'm just going to show them where the position where the lady with the black hair was, okay? It's okay. Every one of us had the feeling of this for the people down below. Now, it's a pretty quiet area. I'm sure it wasn't then, but that's a parking lot. So they would see people coming and going. So you have 4 windows. This is not a big space. This is like maybe 6 feet.
If that, yeah.
If that, like, listen, if I had cupcakes, I would not be standing up here right now, okay? But at least this is the punishment room. And I use that exact term because first I was like, well, it's a misbehavior room. And I'm like, nope, it's a punishment room. And they're very specific about it. Now, you could also spy on people, which I don't know what would be around at the time that would make you want to spy on something. But there's just a very wonky vibe. Now, this room's cold, naturally, because let's see the thin windows. Like, we got it heated up in here. It was just 3 of us. To the point where Cindy and I were sweating. But again, that's the spiral staircase.
Right.
Absolutely cool as hell. But when you walk the stairs, there's that oppression. There's, oh no. And everybody's complaining of a little bit of neck soreness, but they would drag the women around by their necks.
That's horrible.
I mean, and yet, how many times they say, like, you don't know what you got because you're not on the inside. Like you could walk in there, she's like, there's always secrets in a happy house. They're all smiling, somebody's hiding something. Right, exactly. And this is one of those cases, but by today's standard, it would be human trafficking. But they were paid off. I just can't even fathom that somebody would sell like a sister or a niece, a cousin. And I believe that the girl that we connected with that did the suicide, she may have been connected to another rich family, but who knows? Maybe they never documented the birth. Who knows? Maybe she cheated on her husband and she ended up here. It was like playing chess. You were just a pawn. And it's really sad. So sad.
Disgusting.
And like I said to Mr. Pierce, I go, what if that was your wife? What if that was your sister or your mother? I said, not for nothing. I said, but every day we need to do better, try to do better, make amends. We're not in that era anymore where we harbor things. We need to just move on and be better people. But he owes them an apology. All the men involved. And I know that there was Rockefellers involved, Vanderbilts, big names. This is, honest to God, this is where Massachusetts did most of his political bartering. I will never, ever look at the same number 9 again without thinking of these poor women. Like, once you went in, why would you hide a key in there? Because you don't, yeah, because they don't want anybody in. And when you heard Get Out, that wasn't the first time we heard Get Out. There was an abortion in that one and a suicide. You heard all that. We heard all the conversation.
Well, they're down here.
Yeah, I knocked on the door and then nobody answered, so we assumed. Okay. Okay. So he asked about the punishment room. We just took him there. Any new activity from here, Cindy? I walked up the stairs. Yeah, Mary and I did. Okay. Do you want Cindy and I to do a channeling session while you run the machine? Okay. Give him Mary. Got it.
Can you see? Oh, wait, hold on. Is that okay, right, like that? Let them know when you're ready. Go. Yep.
Yep. We're gonna be quiet. Promise.
Do you guys want to ask questions? And I'll run this box session.
Okay.
The name Anna came up. Who's Rose?
A stupid one. Now, best. I don't drastically prayer.
How was the youngest child here put through this terrible, this horrible situation?
Use
So,
things and
Rachel, she's on the diet.
the I look here. Me
Sarah?
Then my you got me. I'll tell Gambler. God, origin, here. With
A girl?
it's prayer. First, skip your mind.
What'd you hear?
Side available.
What's over?
Only
Or we're gonna stop the session. So what's going on, Lisa?
So we asked the spirit to send a word to you or a name, and we did, and of the words that was heard, Mortimer, did you hear that? You can have our energy now, but you're not coming up with those, you need that cue. The ladies that surrounded me earlier in the punishment room, will you please come down here and do some work around this? Do you want us to leave? No. Do you want us to stay? Anybody else is not there? That's not you. Did you get touched? Yeah. Again, directly on the brow strap.
Did you hear that? She got touched.
I did. It was a very sharp poke directly on the brow strap line. Second time tonight.
That's not good.
No, you can come back. No, we're not chasing away. Stay.
Resurrection. She's 14. They were trying to it's the one she's 13 years old. She's on the she's granddaughter.
Yes. They use her for experiments and.
Disgusting. That's my granddaughter's age.
They say word of God, I call. It just said word. Yeah, I call crap. Practicing voodoo on females. What the hell's wrong with you? Capability. Their truth deserves control. You're not gonna keep the darkest ends secret anymore. I'm sending light into that tunnel of darkness. You are not gonna keep them from having their truth control. He's been very respectful to you. You need to own up. I can't hold the connection anymore.
It's too heavy.
Do hands on fire.
Yeah, so when you said that you felt like you got touched, it was literally taking your temperature at that point. I
No,
literally,
this was like,
it was right there. That's exactly where I put it.
this is like a two finger.
Yeah, but it was
Right
right
in the
when I did that is when you said.
What was the temperature?
And once you said you got touched the thing, I just took my finger off. I didn't even get a good reading of the temperature.
Don't eat it.
It's in my hands right now, like.
No,
She
no.
was at 80 at one point.
One, two, three.
She said she wanted to.
77, 79.
It just stopped.
Listen, she asked to stop her. She didn't want to be.
Yeah, they just stopped.
Everybody give the most positive, loving, healing energy and light. Run.
They're crossing her over.
Run to Rowan. Run.
To the way.
No, go. Stay on the other side. Give it a day or two. That was the-
They were on the left side.
But the thing is, I don't know.
They're 10 pillars, so they put the resurrection. The 3 lines on all the doors,
Right.
100%
I guess they fail.
death, resurrection, ascension.
That letter about the wedding upstairs was written.
Right here in this room.
Yeah. That was the Gargan system. That was like, they were promising certain people to get married. They were promising.
Yeah, on the door jam.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing over there?
I just can't believe, like, it was like at least you could have done more in her life. Like, it's so crazy. Like,
That was 1800s though. That was
I
just
know,
the way
it
they
doesn't
were.
make it any better.
No?
I mean, you're respectful, but dude, this is stuff wrong with this place. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
No,
There's a bell. Is there a bell? A ring ding ding bell?
No, I don't hear a bell.
There's a bell. No, like, there's a
I
bell.
have bells downstairs.
Oh.
There's a bell.
There's a cowbell down in the, yeah,
Which one is it in?
it's in the artifacts room, the ladies' parlor.
There's a bell, I guess, in it.
Yeah.
It rings,
They found it hidden somewhere in the house.
The bell is like huge.
Oh, this is a small bell.
No, I mean, like, it's a big deal.
Oh.
It's not a big, you can ring it like this. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. Back then, they were nothing. What did they care?
Like it's like some sort of sightseeing.
It's on the table down first floor. In the artifacts room, the ladies' parlor. Lights going on. Everybody get their stuff because we'll shut everything off up here. What? We'll get everything. Is it yours? We should get everything so we can just shut it all off up here and not have to come back up.
Anybody else doing investigation? Keep an eye on them here because before it's like.
All right, hold on. Here she is right here.
Hi, I'm sorry.
I don't see it.
It's just a lot. The girl that they hit in the head with a brick, just because they figured if they could kill her, they could resurrect her. They were wrong. She screamed for mercy, like blood curdling, like just blood curdling screams, and they did nothing. They were just like watched her bleed out, and it was like a sporting event. She was 14 years old.
Was it door?
Did you hear Mortimer?
Oh my God, what helper?
Hopper. Did you do that? Yeah. Cindy and I had hit on the fact that she'd been hit in the head, but this time it was a little bit more, it was way detailed. They took a brick. Yeah, because they took a brick and they each punched her in the head with the brick and just. Yeah, there was a lot like brain matter, like. Ugh. I just don't understand people. I don't. That's awful. Mhm. Humanity's such a disappointment right now to me. Like, and we're supposed to have improved and learned lessons, and we're moving on from this. Beautiful house. When you come in, it's like you know, Jack and Jill, you know, they go to the witch's house. Oh, it's made of gingerbread. Let's eat it. Oh my God, so yummy, yummy, yummy. Once you get behind the doors and get brought upstairs, that's it. Nobody sees you again. Now, Cindy and I both feel the death blow was here. No, no, but that's what the document was that was burned. It would basically would have sent them all. Dude, my hands are shaking. It's like seeing it happen in front of you. I don't know how else to explain it to people. When this wasn't even remote viewing. They put us in the room where it happened when it happened. So it's like we're no better than them, because if you don't speak up and say something, you're just as guilty as the people that are doing it. But these are rich, filthy rich guys who answer to no one because I can buy you. I'm not a piece of property. Oh, you are today. And your family was rewarded by a couple of gold pieces in your pay. Yeah, somebody just brought that up. Epstein. See where it leads to, people? That's what it leads to. Are you gonna play the bunghole? Yeah, but this has been 6 or 7 years in the making for me to come here. So back in the day, when this supposedly a psychic came in, she removed all the protective spirits here that would have had the house pretty settled. And then they wanted to raffle off the house. It was like on Mysteries of the Unexplained or something. I don't remember what it was back in the day, like the 80s. And I fell in love with the house. So every time I avoid the house, it brings me here. It brings me here. I don't think it was Mr. Pierce that brought me here. I think it was the ladies. And then everybody here sort of has a personal connection. Like there's a same common thread that we all can identify with, which I don't really want to say because it's not me. I can't share their business, but there's enough here that this is a pretty tight knit group. Now remember, I just met these lady at Lizzie Borden, did a reading party for them, and then it's just taken off from there. But they had sweatshirts made with purple in honor of me. I'm so touched. Like I don't think anybody can understand. Like you just don't meet people, like we say, like people put in your path for a reason. We all have each other's back. We come in here with the most positive energy, and then slowly but surely, like peeling an onion, you're gonna cry. Rob, it's just, it was like, I never thought I'd actually be that close to see, like, usually when I work on cold case files, it's like, it just plays like a video, like when you're channel flipping. This wasn't even like that. It was just like, we couldn't keep our hands up. They wanted to like make us submit, and that just wasn't going to happen. And every person here was sending so much positive energy that they couldn't really touch the young lady that we were crossing over. I just wanted her to cross over. If nothing else, for her own safety, because I never understand why certain people have died and others just move on. and then other ones die, and then they feel like somebody still controls them. But similar to Lizzie Borden, she was oppressed, misjudged, accused. Yeah, she was acquitted, but her name was never really clear, and she didn't hold that against her family members. She gave them money and she donated to the Animal Rescue League, of which they're still using that money today. That says a lot about her character. I haven't gone in the basement. Mm-hmm. It leads. Listen, if you're gonna dispose of stuff that you don't want nosy neighbors to see, because we're perfect, we're rich. That's the way they're gonna go. How many times, like even like sanitariums and stuff, they would transport them in the tunnels. But you don't see, you can't complain about. It's been a very unique night, and I apologize for crying. I'm usually a tougher cookie than that. No, that's a lie. I'm not. I'm a mom. I'm a woman. I have nieces. I just take, sometimes you can't help but take it personally. Yeah, but anybody that's starting off, like, because some of these people have never been on an investigation before, and everybody's like, we had a powwow meeting, we discussed it and how we were going to do it, and I just knew early on that nobody should be alone in any room, so we needed to go by the buddy system. We're still standing by that.
Well, we'll let you go, and I'll give you a call, or yeah, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rob. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And safe travels tomorrow, buddy.
Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Pick me out a cute room in that house.
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. All right, guys. So yeah, unfortunately, Lisa's had I know it took a lot out of her, so that's why I wanted to just get her off, and that was pretty interesting. I mean, I'm glad that it turned out the way it did. I know that we had some little bit technical difficulties, but my workaround, I think, worked out great. We couldn't get connection to a computer, but we did the next best thing, used a cell phone. So, and I found a workaround for that. So glad it worked. And the picture quality was amazing, a lot better than the laptop. So anyway, well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Sorry for, like I said at the beginning, of the technical difficulties. You never know what's going to happen when you go live, but I think it turned out pretty incredible. We had a couple of great sessions. Everything was validated with what happened tonight, and so yeah, it was amazing again. So yeah, unfortunately, they were going to be shut down in another 15 minutes anyway, so I know that they have to clean up. Unfortunately, the stream didn't go as long as we could have, just because of all the technical difficulties that they were having on my side. I was prepared at, half hour before, so they were just having a lot of problems. So anyway, I did what I could on my side, but now I gotta just finish. I'm finishing up some laundry, gotta pack, and then I gotta go to sleep. I have to be up in 5 hours. 5 hours? 9, 10. 4.5 hours I have to be up. So I'm not drinking tonight. I gotta be up in 4.5 hours, like I said. So anyway, All right, guys. Yeah, no show tomorrow. I'm probably going to just go out and celebrate tomorrow. So I'm going to Ohio tomorrow. Flying out at 6 a.m. from LA. I had to leave here at about 3 o'clock to get there. So anyway, all right. I will see you guys on Wednesday. And have a good night, everyone.